The excitement's at a fever pitch in Knoxville, Tennessee. And these are 3 reasons why I believe that the Vols will be better in the 2024 college football season. Hello, everyone. I'm Chris Phillips of SEC Unfiltered. Appreciate each and every single one of you tuning in. Make sure you like, subscribe, turn on notifications. Check us out via podcast wherever you get your podcasts. You can also find us across all social media platforms as well as our website, secunfiltered.com. We're brought to you by our friends over at MyBookie, guys. Head over to mybookie.ag. Use promo code SECU at sign up to receive a special welcome offer on your first deposit. Again, that's mybookie.ag, promo code SECU to get your special welcome offer today. Tennessee football has their sights set on the college football playoff in this 2024 season, and there's 3 reasons why I believe that the Vols will be better in 2024. And guys, we will start with what I feel like is the very obvious. There hasn't been this kind of excitement on Rocky Top in quite some time. And what's the old adage, guys? If you got a quarterback, you got a chance. And Tennessee has got a damn good one. Now, you think about Josh Heupel. The history of Josh Heupel at Tennessee. Very short. We're going into year 4. What he did with Hendon Hooker, wildly impressive. Then we look last year at Joe Milton. And guys, I've got a much different take on what Joe Milton was a season ago than some folks might. I think some folks, they look at Joe Milton, he was trash, he was no good, we dropped off to 8 wins during the regular season at least, he wasn't that good. Guys, I more so look at it as that just proved to me how great of an offensive mind and how great of an offensive coach Josh Heupel is. Because, guys, Joe Milton, probably on any other football team, in any other situation, he may not have even won the starting job. We're talking about a guy who lost multiple quarterback battles over the course of his career. And I think Josh Heupel squeezed blood out of a rock when it comes to Joe Milton. He got every ounce out of Joe Milton that he could. So when we look at the quarterback position, and there's questions of, this guy, they get the new guy they have. He's a newcomer. He's a new starter. He's a young guy. Guys, I'm a Nico believer. I'm a Nico Iamaleava believer. And I think Nico brings a new dynamic to this Tennessee offense, and it's the first reason why I think Tennessee is going to be better in 2024. Guys, we watched the bowl game, and I think do not take anything away from that bowl game. Iowa had one of the best defenses in college football a season ago. You saw it with his legs, 3 rushing touchdowns. You saw the arm strength in that football game, able to make throws on the run. You saw it last year in his limited time. I am someone, guys, you might find some mixed reviews out there, although I feel like we know what Nico's going to be. Now it's just about, we know he's going to be solid. Can Nico reach that ceiling that so many folks have set out for him? That's the big question when it comes to Nico Iamaleava. I'm still working on the pronunciation, by the way. Either way, though, I think Nico, guys, he brings a new dynamic to this offense. I think he's going to be electric this year. I think the dual threat, the running ability is going to be a massive difference maker for Nico, and I think it's going to be a difference maker for that offensive side. And by the way, he's got weapons around him, right? You look at the running back position, you look at the wide receivers, some of the returners, some of the new guys they brought in. I think he's going to be set when it comes to distributing the football. But I think the new dynamic that Nico brings to that offense, Joe Milton, we heard all about the big arm and everything, and that's great. You can throw it 100 yards down the field. But I think what Nico brings, again, we saw the running ability in the bowl game. He's dual threat. He's going to keep defenses on their toes. He's going to keep them honest. So now you've got the running game. You've got the quarterback run game. You got the intermediate passing game. You've got the deep passing game. I think Nico has all that in his bag. And I think you're going to see Nico in his bag this year. And I think that dynamic nature that he brings to the offense, it is going to make Tennessee lethal on the offensive side and lead to improvements in the 2024 season. Guys, my second reason why I feel that Tennessee will be better this season, and guys, as much as we love to talk about, last year, the offensive side, right? Josh Heupel, you think of Josh Heupel, you think of offense and how great Tennessee has been on the offensive side of the football. I tell you, I still think that front seven doesn't get enough love, right? That front seven does not get enough love, in my opinion. When you look at the guys they have, and guys, the second reason I think Tennessee's going to be even better than they were a season ago, the front seven's one of the best, not in the SEC, they're one of the best in college football, in my opinion. Guys, they're led by arguably the best defensive player in college football, and James Pierce Jr. Then, guys, you look at these names and listen to this. Listen to the experience in this front seven. Junior, senior, junior, sophomore, senior, redshirt senior. I mean, we're talking about guys like Ty West, Amari Thomas, Bryson Eason, Keenan Pill at the linebacker position, who's a transfer, Arion Carter, Dominic Bailey, Elijah Simmons. The list goes on and on. I think Tennessee, you can win big with a front seven like that. You absolutely can win big. It starts in the trenches in the SEC. We all know that. Tennessee has got the dudes there to, as good as they're going to be on the offensive side, what a nice compliment that's going to be. The big question on defense will be the secondary, and Tim Banks has got to answer those questions, right? There's pressure on him going in this year. But that front seven, my goodness, what a foundation. That is a great place to start. And I think it's one of the best in college football. I think it's going to lead that defense, maybe even lead this football team. And I think it's going to lead to major improvement for Tennessee as well. And guys, my third and final reason why I think Tennessee is going to be better this year is this. You know, while I think last year there are some Tennessee fans out there that may look at it as a disappointment, you know, you go 8-4 in the regular season, 9-4 with a bowl win. I think last year was really important. And the reason why I think it was really important is this. Winning 8 games with Joe Milton at quarterback, and, you know, your ceiling, your floor, these are all things that are important as you're building a program, establishing your program. The floor of Tennessee football has changed. And Josh Heupel has changed that seemingly overnight. Like, we really have to give context to what Josh Heupel took over. It was a mess, folks. It was a complete mess, okay? You win 7 games in year 1. You break out in year 2 and win 11. Year 3 was the year. Okay, year 3 is the year. What are you to only drop to 8 wins? To only drop to 8 and no further. I think all of a sudden that's the new floor of Tennessee football. I really do. So my third and final reason, guys, why I think Tennessee's going to be better, this ain't the old Tennessee any longer. Like, I think all these, you know, you're going to see rival fan bases and other fan bases trying to pick at Tennessee, and Tennessee hasn't done anything in the last so-and-so years. They're still a 6-6 program, whatever. Those people are wrong. Those people are wrong. And when you got people trying to take shots like that, it's a pretty good sign that you're making folks uncomfortable. And so I think that while I'm not saying the Tennessee of the 90s is back, I'm not saying that. But when I say this ain't old Tennessee any longer, this is not the Tennessee that we saw from 2008, 2009 to 2017, 18, 19, or 2021, essentially, right? I think Tennessee football is back on an upward trajectory of being one of the top programs in college football. I think they're back on an upward trajectory of being at least a top 15 or 20 program in college football. And some folks may scoff. The expectations are higher, but you got to walk before you run. That's a pretty good place to be based off where Tennessee was, 10, 15 years, last 10 or 15 years or so. So I don't think this is the old Tennessee. Like, I think there's a belief in that building like there hasn't been in a really, really long time. And again, I'm not in that building, but this is just what I gather from people I talk to and what we see. I think there's a belief in that building that has not been there in a really, really long time. I don't know that the faith was ever lost of like, we know what Tennessee's supposed to look like. We know what it's supposed to be. But I think the Vols are living proof of what can happen when you have the right guy leading the way, when you have the right guy that is taking control of that thing. And they got the right guy in Josh Heupel. The old Tennessee is dead and gone. This is the new and improved Tennessee, and a Tennessee that I think is going to be here to stay for the long haul. All credit goes to Josh Heupel and his staff, the way they flipped that thing overnight. And I think last year, that's why it was so pivotal, guys. You set the floor of, okay, for Tennessee, 8-4 is a bad season now. And that is a great place to be in because, again, You've risen the floor of your program. The expectations have always been high, but you're bringing the floor up and up and up. And obviously, you're going to continue that upward trajectory. And so I think that belief and everybody being on the same page, everybody going the same way, winning being the most important thing, I think that is a thing that's going to continue to push Tennessee football forward. And I think the belief hasn't been as strong as it is there in quite some time. And I think that leads to Tennessee being even better this year. So again, guys, 3 reasons why I believe that Tennessee football will be better this season. Number 1, Nico brings a new dynamic to the offense. Number 2, the front 7 is one of the best in college football. And number 3, this ain't old Tennessee any longer. Guys, that's going to do all for me. Appreciate each and every single one of you tuning in. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button on YouTube. Hit that bell icon as well so you get notifications of when we go live and when we drop new video content. Also, guys, check us out via podcast wherever you get your podcast. You can also find us across all social media platforms as well as our website, SECUnfiltered.com. Until next time, guys, I'm Chris Phillips of SEC Unfiltered. Appreciate each and every single one of you tuning in, and we'll catch you on the other side.